pretty comfortable.
What was your first concert experience?
My first concert, like in a big venue.
Yeah, like your childhood dream seeing your favorite band.
Well, that's three different questions, you know.
Okay, well, first favorite, most memorable concert, you know?
Well, my first concert, I was 11 years old.
Okay.
You know, and the guys that were my babysitters were a rock band that lived across the street from me. And my mom worked double shifts. She was a nurse, so she'd be out at night. And the guys would just take me with them to the rehearsals. And when they started doing gigs and playing around town, and my mom was working, they'd take me with them. So my first show, I was 11, and we played a place called the Cellar Door in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. It was 1974. And, you know, I mean, I distinctly remember everything about that day because I was so excited, you know, so excited to be out and be part of this and unloading the gear out of the van and setting up the speakers and running the wire and, you know, doing all that. You know, I distinctly remember the checkerboard floors, the two pinball machines in the corner, like everything about it, how we set the sound booth up in the corner, you know, and during the show, the guys were rocking the house. Every adult in there was giving me a sip of their beer, was giving me a toke of this, a toke of that. I had a handful of quarters to play pinball all night. And when Steve, the sound man, got too drunk, he just literally passed out over, and I slid next to him and started mixing the show. And it didn't have, console didn't have faders like this. It had big rotary knobs. Like maybe it was a Sun console. Like I don't remember the brand, but I just remember just turning the big knobs and start to feedback. Oh shit, turn it back down, you know, and that kind of thing, and loading out that night. I think I remember the loadout more distinctly, more than anything, because we load the gear out. Now it's 3 o'clock in the morning because bars in Cleveland went to 2:30. We played till 2 whatever. You know, my mom's still at work, so there's no place for me to be, right? And we were about to put the last piece of gear in the van, and the bass player from the band came out, handed Steve, the sound man, his bass, right? And he had a Harley Davidson motorcycle with a big front end, big chopper front end on it. And he gets on it, starts it up, and the super hot chick with these big fucking tits.
The biggest tits?
Not the biggest ever, but big enough when you're 11. And she slung her leg over that, got on the back of that bike, they roared off. And Steve said to me, "Well, are you ready?" I was like, "Man, I am ready. I'm ready to do this for the rest of my life." And it's exactly what I did. You know, who doesn't want to do this? What do I want to do? Be at home watching Gunsmoke? Or you're like, what did you do in the early 70s? Watch the 3 channels of TV? What did I want to do? I want to be out with these guys. There's beer. There's the reefer. There's titties. There's rock and roll. People plugging in their guitars and turning it up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and everyone coming down on the beat, and the energy in the room, the energy of the crowd, man. It was electric for me.
Could only imagine.
You know.